Hi guys, I have another handbag video here to show you, and as you can see I have Zucchino Fendi pieces here. The Zucchino pattern would be the smaller version of the Zucca, and they come in a variety of colors from red to cream to beige, pink, and all that. So they also come in a variety of materials, from coated canvas to just the plain cloth canvas, and they also have leather, woven things and all that. So when you look up for Fendi Zucchino bags, guys, it's very hard to streamline your search because sellers basically don't know the exact models. So that is up to the buyer to do a very extensive research as to what kind of model this bag is, and etc. I have done that a lot of times. I'm always at a loss when it comes to Fendi, except for of course the croissant, the baguette, and the Forever Mama. Those are the most popular, and the Toujours Fendi bags. But when it comes to like Fendi Zucchino, there's just a lot of them in different shapes, patterns, and styles. I have included the other big one there. I've already made a video on this, the bigger one. This is just to compare the size, and besides they're of the same color and pattern. I'm just here to make a comparison on the size, because the other one is tiny, is small. They also have minis, so I'm not sure if this falls under the category of a mini or just a small bag. And this one is really wide. It is like 16 inches. This is the second handbag in this style. The first one, which is the same color and pattern, I have long consigned that already to the real. And then I have another one. So and this one is one of my newest purchases, and I have a very interesting story to tell. Okay, so you guys, know that every time I review a handbag, I always include the stories of how I got them, and all that stuff. So as you can see, let me just compare the two of them, guys. So you can see the difference. So it's like half the size of this one. Is, look at that, it's half the size, and it's really big. Now since you've seen this bag already, it's basically the same bag that I have reviewed, I think a month or 2 months ago, and this is very long. As you can see, I think this is 16 inches in length, and the height is 8 inches. So, and the width is probably like 5 inches. So this is a very roomy handbag, and I am glad that this time I have this like special coated, and a lot stiffer than the normal strap, which is this. The vintage stuff, actually, I would say this is a lot older. The straps would not be sewn in, and this is prone to splitting. And this is just one smooth leather all throughout, and then it just has a split in the middle, and that's the problem with all the Fendi straps, especially the older versions, because they always tend to split. Now I think they figured out that problem. That is why they started sewing both sides. And one criticism on this handbag, guys, is that the problem with this handbag is that it tends to coil. I mean, it tends to the strap seems to be like out of shape. It's not out of shape, but look at that. It's just not a pretty side. It's not it doesn't straighten up. So I think I just have to put it in between, probably a very a heavy book in between, and we'll see if this will straighten out. But I got this in nearly new condition, guys, as in this is in a gunmetal, very dark gunmetal pattern. And the first one that I reviewed, guys, the serial number was just in a number of the serial number, that was a very old version. It was just a number written in silver. However, this one has a lot of no, it has both the serial number and, okay, so as usual, there's the Fendi plaque there, and the it's a bit silky. This is so new, and the thing is FF also, if you can see that. Yeah, it's FF, and this one has both. I don't know why this has both the tag and this one. So some of the Fendi handbags, it's very confusing, guys, especially if you're trying to authenticate, because some of the authentic Fendi handbags only have this this sticker or hologram, and some of them don't have a number underneath, although they told us that you have to be on the lookout for a number underneath, otherwise it's a fake if there is no number underneath. But guys, I have consigned a lot of Fendi handbags and they have accepted them, and they're all authentic, even without the serial number underneath. See? And don't fall into the, they said that Fendi handbags should have 15 to 17 numbers for the serial number. That is not correct, because I have had some that are, like, how many numbers? Like 12 of them. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. This is like 13 numbers. And the material is a little bit thin. This is thin, very thin, but it has that and all that. So they actually differ in the authentic, I'm sorry, they have different variations, okay? So yeah, so this is it. And of course they all have Fendi. You have to look for the Fendi here, and there's a hole there on one side, and of course on the other side. Oh, and of course you have to look for the Fendi made in Italy here. And I'm showing you this bag because it's another bag of the same style, but it has different features. Like it features other serial number. Other than that was written, so it should have Fendi and FF there. So this is a very new handbag. So my only criticism, it's very big, it's wide. The only criticism is the straps. Now moving on to this very cute, I don't know, I couldn't say. This is, it's not Boston, it's not Speedy, but it's the shape is there. It could be barrel, but it's not barrel type, but the shape, I really don't know the exact model, but it doesn't matter. This is a very cute tiny handbag. I've seen some things that are like half this size. So so let me tell you a story about this. And I bought this online, and this was actually in a bidding thing. So, and I won, and so I was glad that I bid on the last minute, and yeah, it was priced reasonably, okay, for a Fendi handbag if you're looking for a second hand online. So it ended and I got it. Now guys, when I in the pictures, it was like near perfect. It was like perfect because it looks so newish, as in really, really newish in the pictures. But guys, when I received it, the straps were all split. So all the straps became like four of them. So I just had this repaired. That's why it looks a lot better now. So this is the problem, as I've mentioned, with the older model of Fendi straps, because it's just one big that is split in the middle. So there were like four straps. I was like, what happened? It was not mentioned in the description. And not only were the straps split, all of them, so there's like four. One of the how would you call this? One of these, which is this one, was entirely ripped. It was entirely ripped, so I had it fixed. Guys, I spent $50 just to have this repaired. So I emailed the seller. I told her that I have to check if the amount of the repair will be reasonable enough for me to keep the bag. Otherwise, I will return this and you will have to give me my refund back. So I have to check it with my cobbler how much they're going to charge me. And she was very willing to cooperate with me, and she said, okay, yeah, I'm so sorry, I did not see that. How could you possibly not see that? You know, she was taking pictures of it. She knew they were all split. You know, it's not rocket science, you know, because when she took a picture, it was just like this. It was like this. She did not, I don't know, she didn't feature it. She just hung it on a doorknob, and that was it. But of course you would know, and when you packed it, you would know that it was all damaged. Anyway, she did not complain, because I think she knew deep in her heart that you know, she should not have listed it, or she should have at least listed the flaws, right? So I said to her, so I went there and I told her they are going to charge me $50 just for one loop and for them to seal everything here. So I said, I think I am just going to return it, because I'm not going to spend $50 again just for that. And I'm willing to return it. And then next thing you know, she wasn't printing me a return label. So I told her, hi, but she sent me a refund. I said to her, hi, I'm willing to give your item back, but you have, you know, just give me a prepaid shipping label and whatsoever. And then she told me, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't think that it would cost, you know, I didn't know that it would cost like that much to have it repaired. So, you know what, just keep it. So she told me, just keep it. So I said, okay, thank you. So I did bring it to the cobbler, and then I paid $50 for this. So I got this basically just, I mean, $50 because I kept it. And she gave it to me. I said, I'm willing to send it back to you. She said, no. Okay, so, and they told me that this is the problem with this. This is the one that they replaced. So it's a bit thicker now. These ones, they will tend to split. So anyway, I think that depends on how much you're putting, you know, how much you're stuffing this handbag. But this is a very, very cute handbag. And now, it looks newish. So I'm glad that they were able to seal this in, because the other cobbler couldn't do that. They offered to sew both edges instead. So this time, you know, they were able to do that. So you look at that. It's crisp. It is really, really newish. And there's just a bit of scuffing here. I can... this is basically very, very new, except for, you know, the damage. And let's open this up. And I would say this is like, it's not boleto, but, you know, this is like 11.5 inches. So, and it's 5 inches in height. So 11.5 by 5.5 by, I think that would be 3 inches. So this is silver. I believe this is silver. Yes. Is it silver or gunmetal? Maybe it's gunmetal, because normally the hardware inside would match the hardware outside. So this is gunmetal. So that's a made in Italy Fendi, and this one, and this just has a this is an older model, so that has the serial number there. Guys, my oyster bag, I don't know what happened. The serial number that was in this print just faded, and I couldn't find it anymore. Because I want to sell it. Of course, that's the problem with the oyster bags. You can hardly find an oyster bag with a serial number, a Fendi oyster bag. If you know what I mean, you can look that up. And when I was doing the review here, I could see it, but then I've used it probably twice or thrice, and now it's gone. So I don't know, maybe it has faded in just a few uses. So anyway, so that's the silver number, which is how many? It doesn't matter. So it's really newish inside. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 12, 14. It's very new, guys, inside, and you could actually pull this out. So it's very clean and newish. So yeah, so I got this for 50 bucks, and what can I say? And guys, I have two Zucchino handbags that I got from eBay, and she did say that it may come with a scent, but I did not realize it has been with me for about, I think, 2 or 3 months, and I've been trying to air it out. It has a very heavy smoke smell. I've doused it with baking soda. I've tried coffee. I've tried everything. The scent is still there, and I've been religiously, cleaning it up with damp cloth, with a bit of laundry soap, but the smell is still there, guys. So I really don't know what to do, and it's been over, I think it's over 45 days already, so I don't think I can return it to the seller. It just smells so, I don't know, heavily of smoke. So she just says this hasn't been cleaned, but she didn't say that it had a very smoke smell. I mean, I have very strong smoke smell or cigarette smell then. Okay, guys. So yeah, so this is it. And so yeah, although I think I was conned by the cobbler, because the first cobbler told me that he would charge me $45 for all 4 loops. Although the other one was, although one loop was the only problem. And then I went there and found his boss, and he said he's going to charge me $37 just for 1 loop. So I said to him, no, you're supposed to do, your friend here told me that he was going to charge me $45 for all 4 loops. And he said, okay, yeah, okay. And then when my husband went to get the bag, only one loop was repaired. So what is it talking about? He charged me for that. I would have said yes for the $37, but he charged me for all 4 loops. So I may have to go back, and I don't know. Anyway, so I don't like it, guys, when they're very shady, and it just disappoints me. Okay, so that's my storytelling time at this point. So I have another bag to review. Okay, bye.